Haha, yeah. DG in the building. Life Innovate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hell yeah, man. We back in the building. Glad to be rocking with y'all once more. If you're coming over, like I said before, from Life Innovate with D Gambit Pharaoh. If you coming over, if you remember Life Innovate, or excuse me, if you remember D Gambit Radio, hey man, we back. Same shit. D Gambit. You already know what it is. Me put my headphones back on, make sure everything going good. Hell yeah. Yep. Gotta get my mans back on that for y'all, man. But anyway, man, how y'all doing, man? Make sure y'all hit me up and comment on this and like and subscribe and all that good old stuff that we gotta say. You know how that goes. Help the algorithm and all that good stuff. Uh Indeed, man. So I appreciate you guys, man, as always. So let's get into it, man. You know how we do. If you've been paying attention and if you have not yet, you will. I get to a point to where I like to get real personal with my audience and really, really talk to y'all. And I was looking at some footage of some different things that I have on the channel so far, especially with this the newer videos that I've been doing and showing y'all. And I was taking a look, and you know how you look at different things, or if you're coming from our perspective, you may be looking at different things and looking how it looks on camera and looking at every little single detail. And I was just thinking to myself, like, all right, cool, check. Okay, check. I'll see. I'm, analyzing my shit. And I got to thinking to myself, y'all, I got to thinking almost like, damn, like, okay, what do I need or what do I have to make people okay? And I almost got outside of what it is that we do that y'all always rock with me for is. And that's that real shit, man, the real talk, the real conversations. I listen to different podcasts and listen to and watch different shows and hear people talk and watch people do their thing all the time. So sometimes you got to rediscover yourself, even if you doubt yourself a little bit, even if you think you have all the confidence in the world, is what I'm saying. You have to make sure that you always get back in touch with who you are. And I got to thinking to myself, and I'm like, nobody, and people have stopped me out in public, people, uh, just different places that I've been, and they're like, yo, they get to talking about D Gambit Radio, especially when we had the blog talk and all that, and they just like, man, the conversations, and we got some good interviews coming up and everything for y'all too. But man, the realness, man, we living in a world to where I'm just starting to feel it's really starting to hit me, y'all, because I'm starting to look around and hear what people are saying and get the sentiment that people putting down, and I'm just like, damn. Before, I'm like, "Okay, it's me, it's D Gambit, it's Mr. Real Talk," and it's still always gonna be that. Now, furthermore, when I'm looking at shit now, it's almost way more necessary for people who think like us to come together, talk about how we talk and talk about what we're talking about, speak it into existence. This is the best time ever that existed in the world to speak to your power. Like I said a couple videos ago, make sure you speak to your power. I'm emphasizing that because as I've been paying attention, I've been seeing a lot of panic. I've been seeing a lot of sentiments that people have that that are counterproductive, and that's just putting it lightly. We talked about fear mongering last time, that falls into it. But not only that, just the overall what I see missing is just that speaking to power. And we're gonna break down how to do that shit. I don't care how many videos that it take and different things that we gonna talk about. So that's how we do here. The league, Life Innovations, man. It's your man D Gambit. Sit back, relax, do what you got to do, man. You might spark up, pour you up something, whatever you got to do. Relax, get your slippers, whatever you got to do, because talk about the real shit because we must, and I feel that I must because the shit that I'm looking at is crazy, and I hate to always. I mean, I hate to also join in with everybody else. Oh my god, look what's going on! It's crazy. But I'm coming from a different perspective when I say that because I don't know how many people are I think we talked about a little bit of Stranger Things, or maybe I referenced it before I'll say. But it's like we're in the upside down, man. This is a perfect time to attack. This is a perfect time to research. This is perfect time to study. This is perfect time to get on top of your shit and take advantage of what's going on right now because what's going on right now, what's really going on right now, this is the beginning of a lot of different shit. There's a lot of people who don't or who have never had a foothold in different areas and different uh, industries and different businesses and different opportunities that's about to happen now. And if you are in a position to take advantage of some of the things that are happening, you're going to be able to move yourself closer in this chess game of where you want yourself to be and where you want to maneuver and position yourself to be. Now, I don't even want to go too far into AI like we did before and all these different things, but if I could speak on it for a second, if you want to talk about AI, even things that's been around for a while, like coding, excuse me, just different things, man, just search engine optimization. And I'm probably just sounding like a dinosaur, even just saying those two things, but hold on one moment. What the fuck is this happening right now? What the fuck would that stop that for? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we good, man. We gonna keep it rolling. But for sure. But yeah, I mean it's just one of those things to where we gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing just a lot of different things attacking people's minds, attacking people's mind state. And like I was saying before, this is the best time to be getting on top of shit. Like I said, if you know AI, if you know coding, if you know a lot of these different things that's going on, search engine optimization, if you know how to just maneuver just period using a lot of the new things that's coming out where everybody else is a little bit more apprehensive, this would be the perfect time to focus on a lot of these things that people think is all scary and they apprehensive to learn the new things that's out. And always remember when you get a chance, when you do notice them, always notice patterns in this life. Always notice the patterns in life because you'll notice how much shit just keep on coming around. We talked a little bit about cycles last time. We talked when I was on here last time. So you have a day is a cycle. We all know that. A week is a cycle. You know what I mean? You have year cycles, 5 year cycles, 10 year cycles, and so on and so forth. And many, many more year cycles. We won't even get into that. I mean, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of year cycles, but I ain't even gonna get into that. But I'm mentioning this because we are at the beginning of a cycle in which if you catch on to what's going on now, you're gonna be out of here. And I'm talking about being able to do whatever you want to do. And this is as a vehicle. See, people have to look at things as see now to double back. We let's talk about perspective for 1 second. Perspective. Perspective is the type of thing that'll have you either using something as a vehicle, using it as a weapon, or you not that any of those 2 would be bad, depending on what you're trying to do with that weapon, or you can use it as a roadblock. You could turn it into a roadblock for yourself. You could turn it into something to fear. You know what I mean? You turn it into your reason for failing. You know what I mean? There's all of these different things that you can do, and that's when everything came out. And if you, going back to like I said, know anything about patterns, you live long enough, like the old people used to always say, you start to notice patterns. So when you start hearing about the new thing to be scared of, whether it's a something that's happening and that you can catch and get sick from, whether it's something that's just in the news period, whether it's the latest technology, you'll understand and know that when all of these different things came out, that it was met with the same resistance. It was met with the same thing that happens with music. And all turn that down. They didn't want to hear rock and roll. And then the people who parents told them to turn their rock and roll down, turned right around and just did the same thing to their kids, turned their hip hop down. And then the people who grew up when I was listening to shit in the 90s and they were saying all of the shit that they saying now and none of it's new and however whatever was said when we was listening to music and shit, no matter how violent it was or how crazy it was or sexual or Two Live Crew or whatever the fuck it was. Like, people still listen to shit now and they older, my age or older, and they all of a sudden they done turned into grumpy grandpa and it's like, what is this? And we the first generation to not even listen to, well, I'll say our kids don't even listen to, they like didn't make up a whole new genre of music type of thing to where it's not like the aforementioned, what is this new craziness? And you know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is outrageous that people might, if you my age and you're doing that, stop that shit. Anyway, let me move back to what I was saying. I know I'll be on my sidebar shit. You have to notice the patterns, and when a lot of different things came out, people was always scared of that shit, and people was always condemning it, and people was always saying it's not the new way to go. People said the same thing when people were trying to teach them about different things, you know what I mean? Even now to this day, when you talk about when you speak about different things, whether it be school or whether it be the stock market or whether it be educating yourself on many, many, many different things, a lot of people don't want to hear it because it has a negative connotation attached to a lot of these different things that people have not gotten over, and they can't really bring themselves to go in these different areas, you know what I mean? They kinda think it's too hard to do at the moment, whether it be school or whether it be just learning some type of trade or getting some type of certificate or passing some type of test or many different things that you may be able to educate yourself on, whether it be financial literacy and these different things. So it's the same thing. A lot of people have touched on these different areas that I'm mentioning. But one thing that I think that people always or a lot of times they fail to mention also is one of the major ways in real estate too. People talk about real estate, but one of the ways that people make their fortunes, if you will, even if you want to just talk about that, talk about the importance of generational wealth and shit like that. One of the major ways that people move forward in life is when they take certain risks, certain calculated risks, and whether it be the stock market or whether it be something that's going on in the world, you gotta be able to see it. Now, if you personally see something that you don't agree with, that don't align with your soul, that you just know is not right, and you know you do not want to participate, by all means, have your own integrity and do not participate. That I understand for sure. But I'm just cautioning people against just kind of going with other people or what the masses, if you will, or what you're seeing on the internet, on your phone, and all the rest of that shit is telling you, kind of what to be scared of, what to not tap into, and things like that. And be careful. One thing that I don't hear people talk about that much is people will, as they used to say when I was younger, they will sow discord. You know what I mean? They will sow discord and throw dumb shit in the mix. Some people don't want you to win, and they the ones that's telling you shit that you thinking is coming from a reliable source. You know what I mean? Like some people will tell you certain things to make sure that you not on it, and then they'll go get on it and then come up. So y'all gotta remember that too, man. But moving on. Moving on, man, because that's one of the things that I will never stop talking about, man. That's one thing I'll never stop bringing to the forefront is as us not leaving ourselves behind. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that happen in which we feel like we've been left behind, that we feel like we've been left out of the loop. And I'm here to tell you right now, when it comes to financial literacy and when it comes to just fear and just not being educated on exactly what you're talking about and what you're spreading to people and just being so hesitant to learn new things and take advantage of said knowledge. That's one of the keys. It's one of the keys to unlocking a lot of shit that we're trying to unlock. I'm here to tell you. But for sure, man. Now I got a couple of things. Now look, check this out. Now I'm about to get busy and put all this together the way that it should be. I'm so excited. Some shit I just got to tell y'all or talk about now, and I just got it just saved right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this because y'all the fam, so I ain't really gotta pretend like, oh, this is look at this big production and all this. So while I'm kicking it with y'all, uh, because y'all my people. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. I wanted to go ahead and talk about because I saved this shit. Look at me being the old guy, can't find the shit. No, I'm just joking. Shit halfway. Here we go. So, there's just a good just a couple things. Just a a few things that I've been just noticing. Like I said on the other episode, no clone shit going over here. Still me. Let me lift the glasses up. Still me, DG. You know what it is. All right, so look. Oh yeah. Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention by the way. Now I don't know if I want to see if I could get this right because I don't want to say the wrong day. So coming up, y'all go ahead and correct me if y'all want, or give more information because I'm kind of being vague about this part. I'm sorry. I do apologize. No offense to nobody. On the exact dates here. So apparently, for the first time since 1863, the Lunar New Year, Lent, Ramadan, all coincide all at the same time. Now, people talking about now one thing that I want to do that I do want to talk about before I go more further into that that was interesting to me that I've seen happen a bunch of times is not new, but just the alignment and shit. We can even go back to different episodes right here on the show. You know what I mean? Just go back to the Spotify on the last couple episodes that we had, last 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm talking about the shift that's happening. I'm talking about no in between, people picking sides, either going this way or that way, making hard decisions on what they own, who they are, what type of shit they about to ascend, whether they're about to stay the same, all that shit. We've been talking about that, right? And, uh, it's just these different things that just started to not to even get into it, but started to, as I understand, just align even in the cosmos. You had things like this that's happening. We talked about even when we talked about the winter solstice, recently, even just funny shit like 420 being on Easter. It's just like the veil has been pulled down on a lot of different things, man, and a lot of different things I think, in my opinion, happen just for us to see almost like symbolism to just like going back to the taking it back to the essence, just taking it back to observation and seeing what's really going on around you and just kind of using that as your sign, like people say, with different religions and different philosophies. And it's like sometimes it just gets to a point to where the shit just gets so obvious for everybody, no matter what they believe in, that you can kind of just be like, something might be happening. You know what I mean? Like no matter what type of conspiracy theories you believe in, or what your religion is, and what your philosophy is, and things like that. So when I seen that, that shit was interesting to me. Um, and I want to see if I can find something else just on that. Yeah, man, the year of the horse. You know what I mean? I was trying to see what the exact name of that was. I don't know if it's called the dragon horse, the burning horse, but that's a whole nother energy we're talking about. And of course, like I always say, I would of course would employ you guys to go look up all of this for yourself. But I'm just mentioning a couple things that I'm just seeing out here that's going on right now. And it just seemed like a lot of shit is lining up. So we'll keep it moving. What else have been seeing? Let's see what we're talking about. I'm not even gonna get into the Black History Month shit, y'all. I look, there's always Black History over here. Y'all know what it is. But yeah, happy all of that. We ain't even gonna get into that shit. Um, so gotta give me a moment. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, man. I was even watching this one shit, man. They was talking about Star Wars, and that shit was just let y'all hear some of it.
Spirit world of our ancestors has been repurposed and renamed as primitive history. Turtle Island, North America, was invaded, bombed, and stripped of its inhabitants before being renamed to appear empty. The empire in the films represents the fallen global Moorish order, which grew out of the old world republic established by Carthaginian Moors in 322 BC. This civilization functioned on natural law, etheric navigation. Right now is merely the fallout of that cosmic devastation. The landscapes we call natural, the deserts, busted monuments, and canyons, are actually ancient battlefields. The Grand Canyon and other geological wonders look processed.
Yeah, man. So not to go too far into that, just because sometimes people have different opinions in there and shit like that. But just to touch on that, even because they go into just Star Wars, and we talked about Marvel and these different things, and you have to realize that some of these things that are being represented to us has already happened, and we've already reached that level before. They're telling you stories about not the people, not some damn good writers and storytellers out here and shit, but a lot of this shit came from you, the essence of you, who you are. You know what I mean? So you have to remember that. You have to remember that. And it's a lot of shit that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that we can present this in the proper way. So a lot of the shit that I got right here, I'm not even gonna necessarily go to because I gotta go through the phone and all the rest of that. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, when it comes to Black history, I don't have enough time on this one episode. You're talking to the wrong person if you want me to sit up here and talk to you about Black history, so-called Black history. I do got one thing that I do want to read, and I want to make sure that I hope that I save this shit for y'all. Just the different things that we've. Yeah, I got it. So we ain't got enough time. See, some people kind of go beyond what we was taught in school, and I won't even get into some of the shit that we was just handed, so that we won't, maybe we wouldn't go much deeper. And it's a reason why they tell you about the wonderful people that they do tell you about in school, which they were great individuals, but it's so many things that you discover. And shout out to the internet. A lot of people be talking shit about the internet and social media, but if you start there and get some low information and start doing your research, you find out some shit. Shout out to everybody that's on the internet putting out that information, because it's a lot of shit. You want to talk about Black history that Black people have made and contributed just here, just here, the second go round. We won't even get into us being here before Columbus and all that shit. We're gonna talk about that, but just the second go round of what everybody think is when we got here and all the rest of that type of shit. And we go talk about not taking away all of our power and pain and not eliminating part of our. We will go get into that too. but not to eliminate nobody's pain and shit like that. But I'm just saying, yeah, yeah. So we won't. I'm not even gonna get into you know that. But for real, man, for real. So I'm saying there's so many different things that it would take me a long time because there's a lot of different things, or I'll say there's only a few different things and people that we heard about and our so-called Black History. They want to cram the shit in and give it to us in February, cold ass, short ass month, and everything like that. So we're not gonna play that game. But I do implore you to go learn as much as you possibly can, um, and start learning about different religions and things and philosophies and the Emerald Tablets and the Epic of Gilgamesh and that's going. I'm kind of going all over the place right now, but they came before Columbus, and I'm gonna start trying to. I'm gonna start maybe I'm gonna start doing the book of the week and shit like that again too. But it's so many things that you need to get into when you start talking about the history of so-called black people. You could talk about the Hebrew Israelites, the Moors, the people who or the gods, the nations of the gods and the earths, and just things that you usually don't ever hear about. I'm gonna tell y'all about Shao. You know what I'm saying? Man, please don't make me keep going, cause man, I'm telling you. But yeah, man, we talking about everything that you've heard, everything that you heard a little bit about. I can sit here and tell you all about that all day. Anunnaki, and that ain't even, and there were so many different ancient people that look like all different types of races of people. I'll let somebody else break down and tell you about their greatness, but I mean, in our sector of everything, it's so many things that I could break down. So ain't no way I would sit there and play that game with y'all of what they try to give us for this little so-called Black History Month. So I don't know. Maybe I went into this shit too much, but like I said, I ain't gonna talk about that more than I just did. But yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. DG. But yeah, I'm so glad that we doing this shit and keeping this shit rocking and keeping this shit rolling and keeping everything that's moving. Like I just mentioned, I did want to say this though. I seen something and also just in doing so much research over the years, man, and just different things. And I implore y'all to do that too. Just don't believe everything that you see, especially on the internet or read or hear from somebody, even if no matter how much you know they is. But getting back to where was I at? All right, so here we go. I just want to give y'all just a small picture of the categories that we just been put in, just as black people. This is what I will do this for Black History Month, so called, since they want to do that. Sorry. All right, back to that in a moment because this is the reason why people get mad at technology, but I don't because it is what it is. So give me a second, see if I can get back to that, and if not, we gonna move on because it was just a list of the different things that they called us over the years, and I just wanted to make the point of sometimes it's not about what you've been told and what you've been called and what you've been told to believe. And the same thing got to be true for now because we know that shit after time go by and things are exposed and we so smart and we like, oh shit, but I want y'all to do that shit in real time. Don't be these people who you ever see these people we used to make fun of them when we was younger and be like, oh, they stuck in their ways and they stuck in the time warp and they don't understand time has moved on. I don't think a lot of people realize that they're doing that right now. especially when it comes to a lot of things that's happening. And they so scared of all of these different things and they don't even know why. Don't even have a reason. But yeah. Wow shit, baby. DG. Yeah, buddy. All right, so we had to get to that later because for some reason what I was trying to do is not working. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man. Season 14 is upon us. Yes, we've been doing this shit for a minute. Life Innovations, Real Talk with D Gambit, season 14. Just got a whole bunch of shit that we want to tackle, man. Uh Interviews that we got coming up. Clarity, springtime. There's some shit that oh my god, I'm so glad that y'all about to get to hear this shit. Clarity, April. I got a date coming up for y'all soon. The wait is over. Album number 8. Just bringing that real shit, man. Look, I know y'all. Hey, I be here. I hear people. I hear you. People say they tired of that bullshit. We're gonna see. Yes, sir. Taking this shit to another level because we have to. People say ain't no more substance in the music we about to see. Shout out to everybody doing that real good shit right now because that's what we need. DG, Life Innovate, League shit. But yeah, man, we are definitely just gonna make sure that we get this shit together, get our brain right, because I'm telling y'all, this is the perfect time in the world, the perfect time in history to make sure that you got your mind right because there's a lot of people that's about to get left behind. We just want to make sure that that ain't us. We're not getting left behind because you got to remember, man, the time that we're living in now, a lot of people are upset because they want shit to stay the same. And a lot of the shit that people want to stay the same does not need to exist in the world anymore moving forward. A lot of shit was holding a lot of people back. A lot of people are scared that shit is going to change because they're not going to be able to do the dumb shit and the bullshit that they were doing before. A lot of people know that it's time to get real serious about what they're trying to do. A lot of people know that they're going to have to stop procrastinating and even worse shit like stabbing people in the back and just being racist and just all different type of shit. People just can't really believe that it's a thing now. You know what I mean? Like a lot that I hear now is a lot of people when it comes to a lot of things. Sometimes I'm like I was just saying a minute ago. I'm like I don't know why, but a lot of the times people be upset because things are a lot easier now. And to me, I just call bullshit on that. I'm the youngest person in the world, I ain't the oldest person in the world, but I just call bullshit on that. I think it's some bullshit that a lot of people are just upset that things are a lot easier than they were before for everybody to do everything. And I thought that shit was the point. And I said that shit before, and whether people like it or not, a lot of sentiments are about to disappear, man. A lot of sentiments that people have about parenting and the way that we grew up and kids just not being heard and shut up and don't talk unless you've been spoken to, don't speak unless spoken to. You a kid, you ain't got no, you know what I mean? Like a lot of just different shit, man. A lot of different things towards women and just a whole bunch of different shit, man. Like I said, when it come to race and just all of these different things, and a lot of people they kind of uncomfortable. Imagine this: a lot of people are uncomfortable with shit. Like I mean, are uncomfortable with change, even if it's some shit that's affecting them. Like if they the ones that's being affected by the bullshit that's been going on for a long time. They'll even defend that just because they want shit to stay the same. They like, "Oh, well, it is what it is. We ain't even gotta go get the change and everything and shit." Like, that's a whole nother level, man, of psychology. So believe me when I tell you, it's just a lot of things that's about to shift, and the only reason that people scared and so mad that everything is changing is because they don't want to live in a world to where it completely favor a person that's really on their shit. I don't even know how to put that shit elegantly. A lot of people are afraid to live in this new world that we're about to live in, to where if you really on your shit, you about to come up. Because now they gotta really not now that you they not gonna be able to pretend no more. There's a lot of sucker ass dudes out here that's kind of been floating by, and women getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and they ain't really thinking that they could be able to survive out here. A lot of these suck ass. Hey, look, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the truth. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of shit that people, and then a lot of shit that's about to go away now that I'm gonna tell y'all right now before we get up out of here on this lovely episode, man. A lot of shit too that's about to go away is there's a lot of people that's on the in between with this shit. I remember, if I could quote the great Ghostface Killer, smart dumb niggas and shit. A lot of that's about to go out the window. I've heard a lot of people, one minute they spewing some complete bullshit, the next minute they spewing some completely non-productive shit. They just saying the wildest shit in the world, and niggas, yeah, he be talking the truth. He be talking the truth. It's like some people don't really know the truth unless it's something that they heard before and they already believe and they already stuck there. Some people are already stuck, really, really believing that the shit that they uncovered is okay. Yeah, we got our hands on it now. We know what the real conspiracy theories are now. This happens, and then this happens, and this happens. A lot of people are very comfortable in the bullshit that they believe that they've been told. A lot of people ain't willing to continue to explore and really, 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 really find out what's going on. A lot of people don't understand the concept that when somebody really, really devious and when they really, really your enemy or they really, really trying to do some bullshit, that there's almost no way that you would know what's really going on. As a matter of fact, they would, if a person was that devious, they would be smart enough to throw you some bullshit. Make sure you looking and paying attention to that and be doing all type of shit over here. So not to even get into all the rest of that type of shit, but we're about to get into a time to where people go more so have to prove what they saying, who they say they are, the knowledge that they say that they have. Because a lot of these younger people, a lot of these people that's moving forward, they got their mind on something different, gonna start kind of challenging that shit. And a lot of people have been skating and sliding a long time with just things that they've been told, things that they've been taught. We're going into another age. We're going into more of intuition. We're going to more of a knowing, not a I've studied this for a long time and I could recite it all day. That shit is about to go out the window. So a lot of, not to get too deep, of what they call false prophets. And like I said, smart dumb niggas and all the rest of about to go out the window. I'm telling y'all. So that's the reason why a lot of people are upset and scared that this new world is happening, because they know that they're not about to be able to be on the same bullshit that they was before. So if you're trying to move forward, trying to get to where you got to go, make sure you do research on everything that you trying to see what's going on, shit that you're scared of, all the rest of that shit. Make sure that you're making an informed decision, because a lot of people running around around this piece, and they just got a title or some type of shit that they feel that they believe in, or something that they call themselves, some group that they say they belong to, and they just trying to group think, and they just trying to go by those rules. I'm a this how we ride. I'm a this how we kind of think like this. I'm with this group. This is how we go about things, and people not really thinking for themselves, and shit getting kind of dangerous. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is just be that person that think for yourself. Just be that person that do research. Just be that person that really know what you're talking about. And you're gonna be dangerous out here, because don't nobody know what they're talking about. Ain't nobody doing no research. Everybody just believing shit that they see on the internet all day. Imagine picking up your phone and getting all your fear and your information and your everything from your phone. Not yourself, not great ancient, not great good wisdom that your grandmother gave you, none of that. Your moms and pops, not common sense, not logic, not going to see shit to making sure, no research, none of that. That's kind of the world that we're living in now. Whole new matrix. But I could talk about that type of shit all day. We will continue because this scratching the surface. I told y'all like Life Innovate with D Gambit, the Pharaoh. 14 seasons. We coming up on the 14th season. Got 13 seasons. You know what I mean? A lot of it was on Blog Talk before. A whole bunch of it is on Spotify, Our Heart Radio, and all that shit now. And just catching up on our YouTube shit. On this tip, this scratching the surface. Even if you go back to the seasons that I just mentioned, we would still just be kind of catching up on where we're about to go blast off in this spaceship. So we're moving forward. We're not being victims no more. We're not falling a trap to our own thoughts, which are sometimes entities that's in your mind. And sometimes it ain't even that deep, like we talked about before a couple episodes ago. Sometimes it's just shit that people said to you when you was younger that's living rent free in your head. It's not even your own thoughts, and you keep thinking that they're your thoughts and they holding you back. So we're not doing none of that shit no more. Or we at least practicing and we getting that out of the way. We finding a way to get to our healing, whether that shit got to be therapy or meditation or both or anything uh further than that. So that's what we're doing over here, and that's the shit that I want to talk about, and we'll keep moving forward. I just want to reiterate that on this app right here before we really start digging into this shit. I'm D Gambit. It's the league. Life innovations. We moving shit forward. We're not doing any of the shit from before. We breaking generational curses. Blah blah blah. I hate when people say cliche shit. I'm trying not to say that shit, y'all. But yeah, man, that's what we doing, man. We moving forward. We getting some of that fear out of the way. Like I said, generational curses is certain shit that we not standing for no more. We not just letting people tell us shit no more. We going to finding out and researching everything on our own. We eating healthy. We go start talking about a lot more health shit on here. We eating healthy. We drinking healthy shit. I mean, we drinking water and what I mean? Go to the doctor, man. Go get a checkup. Man, go make sure everything good with you, man. And that's what we are going to do moving forward. And spiritually, we just go make sure that we come into a knowing. Get yourself centered. Make sure that we get ourselves comfortable and make sure that we get ourselves in the habit of knowing how to place ourselves in a certain zone, in a flow state, know how to place ourselves in a certain zone to where we can have certain type of breathing techniques. We talking about meditation. We talking about whatever it takes to get you to a point to where you can grab the situation inside of your hands, inside of your in your whole being, and just grab that shit and control the fucking elements around you, man. We got to be able to grab a hold of the situation and not let the situation grab a hold of us. That's what we practicing doing over here. This is not uh the most elaborate of things, but we're about to start there. Take this shit to a whole nother level. D Gambit, Life Innovate, League. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, we out, but just make sure that you like and subscribe so we can keep the shit moving. Got real good topics coming up for y'all, some real good interviews and shit. Good music, everything, man. We taking this shit to another level, man. It's 2026, man. Why are we gonna keep doing the same shit, being depressed, falling for the same shit, um, and just being yanked around, man? Ain't y'all tired of getting told what to do and what to be scared of and what we talking about next and what's the most popular thing? Y'all remember being free? Don't y'all? Let me take these sunglasses off, man. Don't y'all remember being free? Don't you remember believing what you want to believe and going where you wanted to go and talking about what you want to talk about with your friends? And you getting tired of turning on the phone and everybody telling you this is what we talking about this week? Free yourself. That's what we about to do. And I know y'all probably wanted me to talk about that shit, but I don't need no file. I don't need no list to tell me who the good and bad people is. And if you think that shit is the case, then you might want to turn this shit off and turn to another channel because yeah, we go get on some shit over here on this channel. We'll get on some shit over here. Yeah. I don't have much words for that. If you really think that there's a list that but first of all, who made the list? Did they change the list? Who names is on the list? Who saw the list, took their name off before we saw the list? And do you think that life is just so clean cut and just so that kind of contradicts everything else that we say go on in the world and all this mystery spookism. But then all of a sudden there's just going to be a list that's just going to tell us who all the good guys and the bad guys are. And then even if that shit was the case, then what? I ain't getting into that, man. This D Gambit. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We gonna talk about it. And I'll see y'all next time, man. You already know what it is. Bang bang, like that boy Rizzo would say. Nah, but in all serious, man, this seriousness, life innovate. DG Pharaoh. Peace.